What's going on, guys? Rob here, and just getting word on a proposal offered plan sent as a memo to all of the owners as of 3 o'clock today. So what, 30 minutes ago? 30 minutes ago, this got on every owner's desk in MLB. And this was approved by the Players Association. So let me start by saying this. This has been already reviewed by the Players Association, and they have said yes. So if the owners say yes to this plan, this could be the plan they're going with this year. It was about 9 players got together. Bryce Harper, Scott Boras played a big part in it. Anytime you hear the word Scott Boras, those two words together, you always raise a little bit of an eyelash or something. But listen to the plan and you tell me what you think of it. I think that the ownership group will approve this for a lot of reasons, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But one of the things I'm not so sure it's going to work is breaking the leagues up, breaking up the American League, breaking up the National League, and now making it an East and a West. Now, what does that do? Well, you don't have to fly 3 time zones anytime during the season. Never. You may still have to fly 1 or 2 time zones, but they're trying to make it just where it's going to be East and Central, Mountain, and West. But that's going to be very difficult, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Because there's more teams to the East than there are to the West. There's a good chance they could be going as far as the Pacific time zone all the way to Central time zone. 2 time zones, but that still cuts down a lot of travel. When you think of, look at San Diego going to Philadelphia, San Diego going to Boston, San Diego going to New York. That's a long travel. You cut it down to San Diego going to St. Louis or Chicago or something, big difference. The only bad thing about that is if one of these teams in the Central time zone is considered a West team, they're going to have to play all their road games. California, Arizona, Colorado, Texas. They're going to get a little bit of travel in. They will do that. They won't get to play any, Chicago, Illinois, certain teams if they go that route, if they go half and half. So I would say I'll probably give that a 75 out of 100. I'm not totally on board with it, but I'm not totally against it. The next thing the players come up with, 135 game season. And I'm starting to wonder, how in the hell you add up, if you start at July 1st, 135 games. Well, bless you.
Thank you.
This works, though. And let me tell you what happens. Okay. 135 games. You start July 1 and you end November 15th. Okay? Every other Monday is designated as an off day for the league. Okay? Designated as an off day for the league, and the day prior, there'll be 2 7-inning games being played. Now, I think that the league can renege on 135. I think they can make it 130 if they want to. And the reason I say that, to make up for rain dates and stuff, they may have to get together on this situation and figure out, okay, well, if one team goes, 70 and 65 and another team goes 70 and 64, what are we going to do? So could be a stickling point, but I like that overall 95 I give out of 100. And every other Monday off, I love that. That's 100% there. I give that. Next thing, 30-man roster. Opening day to last day. 135 games is only 27 less than the regular season. And not starting April 1st, starting July 1st. That's a lot. That is a lot. 30-man roster, fully supported. And with the options for some teams if they want to go with 6-man rotations. So your pitchers don't that's totally team decision though. With 30-man roster, you can go with 6 starters. But can you afford to though? Now the stickling point. DH for both leagues. You're going to mix up the American League with the National League, intertwine them all the way around and call it East and West. DH for both leagues. That's probably – it's not going to be a stickling point with the ownership groups. I'll tell you that. Fans won't like it, but the thing is, you'll see in a minute. Fans, there's a sweetener for the fans before it's over with. So 30-man roster to deter injuries, DH for both leagues. 2-week World Series type playoffs. So double elimination, going like that with 10 teams in. So you put them all together in a pot, I guess. I don't know exactly how you think about doing that. But 3-game series, and then at the end have the 2 best teams. Whichever league, whatever happens, have a 7-game World Series. Okay, but first off, though, have the 10 teams in the playoffs, or 12 teams. I guess you could go with 12 teams. But guarantee the players after the playoffs 2 days off. Why 2 days off? A seasonal all-star game at the end of the year, represented by every team except the 2 teams in the World Series not represented, and a home run derby. The home run derby winner should have a bigger prize, you're saying. More than a car. Possibly. How about this now? Possibly prorated on their salary for the year, and pay them, the winner, 20% of their annual salary, doted by the league, not by the team. How about that? Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about just the winner. That way, you may get to 10, or the 6 or 8 best players out there to be in the home run derby. Invite the 8 that played the best. New place in my house here. I used to be right there. Now I'm in here. New place. Invite the 8 best home run hitters that are not in the World Series, and tell them, if you accept, then you either have to. Who's picking me up? Where you at, Philip? I know it's pouring the rain here. I don't have a boat to pick nobody up with. But let's just say, for instance, that 8 players said they wanted to be in the in the home run hitting contest. And each of those 8 players make an annual salary of $10 million. Not prorated. It's going to be prorated this year. But on average salary this year for 2021, what's up, Paul? What's going on? 20% of that would be $2 million. Okay? Which team is picking me up? I don't understand. Which team is picking? Oh. Paul, yeah, from all indications, I think he just probably was tired. I'm not sure yet. He's not coming home, I don't think. Doesn't look like it. But The red flags are still out there waving, at least pink flags are anyway, so we're kind of watching out for things. But in the home run derby, take a percentage of each players. Now, you don't take the money from the players, but you average it out. So let's say Nolan Arenado, let's say he's making $23 million this year. 20% of that is what? $4.6 million. You would put $4.6 million down and add all of them up and then divide it by 8. That would be what the winner would get in a home run hitting contest. Now, I think the league should also match that amount and give it to a coronavirus fund or something, but that's not been mentioned yet. Now, my take on Blake Snell. Blake Snell was talking before he knew what the hell was going on. It's just that this is a plan that ended up getting on every owner's desk at 3 o'clock today by the Players Association. Players Association, believe it or not, headed up by Scott Boras. Scott Boras has got a lot of clients, and he wants his money. That's what it amounts to. He's got a lot of clients. He wants his money, and he helped write up this Players Association draft as to what they want. And I think it'll get passed. I really think it's going to get passed. I'll start over if you want me to, guys. The first thing is going to be an East-West leagues. Eastern Conference, Western Conference. No more American League and National League this season. No more National League and American League just for one season. Okay? They're going to keep the Western teams playing out west, the teams out on the East Coast playing in the East to keep from too much travel, but they're going to allow them to play at their home ballparks. So a team like Colorado, equipped, for the home run, doesn't have to go down to Arizona or to Florida, where the ball may not fly as well, especially Florida. If you get some heavy air, it won't fly as good. Now, in the weather, it's probably going to fly real well anyway. But Colorado would play teams like Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels, Los Angeles Dodgers, San Diego Padres, Oakland A's, San Francisco Giants. All those teams will stay out west as much as possible. No coast-to-coast trips the whole season, okay? They would cut that out. Number 2 thing, season would start July 1st till November 15th, okay? November 15th. If that means teams like Detroit, teams like Boston, teams like New York, teams like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh have to relocate come October 15th or so, they move down to Florida and start playing their home games at their prospective spring training facilities back down in Florida. But they try to play as many home games as possible for a few reasons, okay? The number one reason is to you can still market your team to a point. Now I'll get more to it in a little bit, but I think the fans are going to like some more stuff when I get down to the bottom of it. But I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Every other Monday off. Why don't they wait until next year? What's the rush? Well, the players and the ownership wants them to play. It's everybody says money, but hey, it's 135 games and just getting backed up just a little bit. So, and most people want to see them play if they get the chance to. Every other Monday off with a doubleheader the day before. So they will play 2 7-inning games on Sunday before the Monday that they're off every time. Okay? 30-man rosters. 30-man roster, not 26. They were going from 25 to 26 to start the season. Straight 30-man roster through the year. Now, if well, the fact is they all have to be tested, just like NASCAR and all that. So they all have to get tested before they do this. And they fly in their own private jets and everything. So they're not going to be around us. 30-man rotation. This might be the sticking point for a lot of fans. DH, league-wide, 2020 only. This year, DH league-wide. No pitchers hitting. 2-week World Series with a double elimination tournament until you get to the final 2 teams. Then they play a 7-game series. Doesn't matter which league they're in, anything. The last 2 teams still standing will play a 7-game World Series. With 2 days off before the start of the World Series for the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. All right. This right here may be the sugar-coated part that the fans want to hear. No blackout games allowed at all. At all. So let me tell you what this means. The MLB package is big time at risk this year, and I'll tell you why. Let's say you live in Philadelphia, okay? Your ABC affiliate wants to carry a Wednesday night game. If ESPN, if the Major League Baseball Network is not covering that game, that ABC affiliate can carry the game. Let's say the next night, let's say NBC comes up with a bid and says, guess what? We want to carry this game. Each team can individually sell games to open market television. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. They can market every game if they want to, being that it's, open marketed. What does that do? Well, number one thing is this. Ownership would get the money for each team would get their own monies from how they market with the television this one season. Number two thing is you can't black out anything. So every game is going to have to be available some shape, form, or fashion, whether however, even if it's in the MLB package. Well, it's going to be an asterisk beside of it, but it's been asterisk years before. What, 94, 96, something like that, during the striking year. It's been a couple of strikes. 82, something like that. So any team, any channel wishing to cover your team on free TV can cover it. Now, after that, at CBS Sports Network, NBC Sports Network, FS1, FS2, ESPN1, ESPN2, any of those want to cover a game, they can pretty much do it. But this is when the whole ball of wax goes into effect here. You can get the baseball package, right? With the baseball package, you can sit there on one television and watch the MLB network, whoever they've got covering the game. On another TV, if you want to, let's say your NBC affiliate is covering the game, you can watch that, and neither one will be blacked out. No blackouts in 2020. So, if that goes, that is huge. I mean, that is huge. Derek Dodgers Royals fan said last year he didn't hardly ever get to see the Dodgers play because, number one, they did not sell out every game. And then on number two, and number two on top of that was that he was too close to the stadium and all. So a lot of times, right at game time, even if it was close, zap. Harris Jessup, thanks. What's going on? Yeah, man. Well, the fact is, Paul, I'm hearing that the Midwest teams may have an option. Okay, and they call it a league option. Now, it's a sweetener, is all it is. All right, that sounds good, Harris. Almost 100%. Teams like Kansas City, Texas, Houston, St. Louis, Chicago, White Sox, and Cubs, Twins, all those teams. I'm hearing that the league is willing to give them a mint. I don't know how much, but a lot to be willing to go out west. Okay? I'm hearing that when they go on the road, the players may not have to pay 1 red cent for travel, food, and they may even get more than what their team gives them. So per player, and that might be something just the league will do for them. But it's pretty much a sweetener. It's what it is, because there's not enough teams out west to take care of that situation. So 2 or 3 of those teams may be considered West teams this season. And if they do it, trust me, you watch the 2021 schedule come out, okay? A team like the Cubs, the first 2 weeks of the season probably going to be sitting on the road somewhere, then coming home when it starts getting a little warmer. And that's exactly what they're going to want. Go somewhere, play for 2 weeks, come home maybe 7-4 or something. Expanding rosters is part of it. Yes. Harris, 30-man rosters. This was put together and handed to the ownership groups today, 3 p.m. It's on their desk right now. Scott Boras, Bryce Harper played a part in it. Nolan Arenado played a part in it. 4 or 5 of the big name players. Madison Bumgarner, I think, played a part in it. Who was the guy in the Dancing with the Stars? I think he had a part in it.
He doesn't play baseball anymore, does he?
Yeah, what's his name?
David.
No, not Dancing with Stars. I mean, Mass Singer.
Barry Zito.
Barry Zito. I think he may have even had something to say or something about it. And a couple of the retired players came in and put their input on it. 135 game season starting July 1st. Every other Monday off. I haven't looked at the website yet because MLB right now, that is teams. That's not the Players Association. This is a Players Association coming up with this. July 1 season starts. November 15th is the last game of the season. I haven't given you everything you tell you that the players are wanting though. Every other Monday off with a doubleheader prior to it. No, they're actually going to travel to their own stadiums until October 15th. Yes, Harris Jessup, yes. DH for both leagues this season only. Yep. You're exactly right. 2-week World Series with 10 to 12 teams in double elimination formats. And then the last 2 teams standing, doesn't matter if it's 2 East teams, 2 West teams, will play a 7-game series. Blake Snell in his deal will get what is his What is his year? What's his salary supposed to be in for 2020? Ba, 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 ba. So, you know, 5.8. He'll make 5.8. So he's not going to make a full amount. Mm-mm. They're not they're prorating them. They're accepting a prorated contract, not a full season contract. The players are willing to do that now. But they want to play a 135 schedule with the thought that if it's any rain games, they're going to have to make them up during the weeks. They're going to have to make them up. So you're going to see more day games, a lot more day games. And the thing of it is, MLB Network would love to have 9 and 10 a.m. games on the East Coast. So, and they're going to allow them to play that early if they want to. Now, is the league paying a portion of the player's salary? No. Zero. No. But each team has Harris, no blackout games. No blackout games in 2020 is proposed by the players. So let me tell you about that though. Think about this. All right. They put a season in front of every TV station in Philadelphia. Okay? NBC, ABC, CBS, and they let them bid on them. And each team can make their own money off of their own team. Now, when they do that, that's going to be pretty much the money some of the monies they would have taken in seat-wise. Okay? Then the contract, ESPN still has their games. You can't do anything about that. But if an ESPN game is on, right? And let's say your NBC affiliate wants it, they can buy it. They can buy it out if they want to. So to make it available, and it won't be a blackout. NBC and ESPN with two different total teams covering the game will be doing it. And if the MLB package, if somebody wants to buy the MLB package, it's still probably going to be $120 anyway. You'll be able to sit and watch that. Now, teams, for me, I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan. I'll still have to get the package to be able to watch them. But they will be on TV, available to a lot of people if you're in your home city. That's really cool. A real cool thing. And they get to show off their ballparks. I mean, Arlington wants to show their ballpark off. What better way than to let them play this year, have balls flying out of the yard, and then next year be like, okay, you saw how they went last year with nobody here. Now let's fill this ballpark up. All right, man, Harris, have a good one, bud. Yeah. Paul, I think they will. Well, the Blue Jays is one that I have not heard. They may stay in Florida. I haven't heard that one now, but that is an awesome issue. I mean, awesome concern there. The border issues. Chances are they still may be down here now. I don't know. And then let me tell you the last part of it. Push back the 2021 season to May 1st. Give them an extra month of spring training, and then back on regular schedule 2022. I'm not for that. I push it back to April 15th, maybe, but not May 1st. Don't push it all the way back to May 1st. That's way too far. I mean, season's going to be over with. Season's going to be over with by Thanksgiving. Okay, pretty close to it, not quite maybe. And they're going to be playing until early December, yes. But they've had an extra long spring recess this year. Don't give it to them every year. Give them 15 days extra next year. That's what I say. But I don't know. Make everybody report second week of March, something like that. Pitchers, catchers, everybody. Then, or first week of March, second week start playing spring training ball, and not as many games. 15 games, 18 games, that's plenty. And if you want to play split squad, whatever you want to do, you do it. You can always work out your pitchers. You can always do that. So that's what I'm hearing. That's what's on the table right now in front of the ownership groups. It'll be funny to see if they end up passing all that. So it could get passed, may not get passed. I don't know. I've still got a boxing match I got to finish, guys. Holyfield and Riddick Bowe, a real good fight. A real good fight. You have 2M segregation. Oh, empty ballparks, Paul. Empty ballparks season long. No fans. No fans entire season. That's why they letting them. That's why they letting the ownership groups do their deals on the TV. They just got to have more people marketing. They got to have more marketing geniuses. But if they do, they might be able to make some money. But no attendance. Film crews. Yeah, you're right, demos. You know what? It will save some money, and everybody will get their home run balls too. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. You might be right, G Puck. The thing is, they're already getting what they want. To the union is. The union's already getting what they want. Players Association. This was totally written up by the Players Association right there. And they were like, okay, owners, why don't you market your teams? Now, if they do that, they got to hire. See, the thing is, though, players are getting a year older. Players are getting a year older. They, as much as you want to say they have part of it, but it's both sides want to agree on this. They really do. I'm telling you, it's just not one that it's a clear-cut favorite. I wouldn't say for a second that the players have got control of this situation. No way. The owners will own the teams 20 years from now. 20 years from now, most of these players are gone. 10 years, most of these players are gone. They have a short shelf life. And yeah. And demos, they're even talking about 2 7-inning games with only a 20-minute break in between. 20-minute break. That's minor league shit. That's minor league stuff there. That's awesome. Yeah. Yep. And they can start them. They pretty much they're giving the teams a lot of leeway here as what time they want to start the games. That way, if players are like, hell, let's start a 10 a.m. doubleheader. Let's be done by 4 o'clock. Then we'll have all the rest of Sunday and all of Monday off. Well, that's what they're proposing to the league anyway. Let's give them softballs and let them have coolest. I don't think the league is going to buck too much on 7-inning games. Yeah. On a Sunday, that's all they'll have to pick. And the thing of it is, they only get every other Monday off all season long. So 2 days a month. So the league may want, the ownership groups may say we want 2 9-inning games. Teams with great pitchers probably will want to play 9 innings. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what was thrown at them today, and it's been on their desk about an hour now. So they've got a few days to decide. They'll tinker with it too. But I'm sure they'll do some things, and they may keep all of them 9-inning games across the board. I'm sort of surprised that players wanted 7-inning games, especially with stats and numbers the way they go. But now they go by innings played more than they do games played. Yeah, demos. That was the first thing they said. They want an East Conference and a West Conference. So there will be no coast to coast travel. New York will not play LA none during the year. Washington will not play LA during the season at all. Neither LA team. Miami will not go to Seattle. Miami will not go to San Diego. No. They're going to split it down in half, and the West Coast doesn't have as many teams. So some of the Central teams, well, it could be the Cubs. Cubs may end up being West. Yeah. Yeah. And it will be DH across the board. And then the 2 teams that still stand could be 2 West Coast teams, could be 2 East Coast teams, because they're going to be playing round robin, double elim, just like they do in college. That's what they're proposing. I don't think the league will allow that. I don't think the league wants that. The league would rather have, 8 teams or hell, even 12 teams, but a 3 out of 5. They're not going to want double elimination. Well, a lot of teams would have a DH would be an advantage for them. No doubt about that. And you're gonna have a load more home runs, even with 27 less games. The umpire union does not have to sign off on this. Nope. They do have to sign off to a league though, so they're gonna have to stay in one league or the other. So you're gonna see. So if you see CB Buckner, you got him all year. So you can't bitch about that, because they're gonna stay East Coast to West Coast too. They're not gonna travel any more than the players do. So you may see the same umpiring crew 3 straight series if you're at home. East and West. So some of the Central teams are going to get offered sweeteners. No doubt about it. Chicago, Houston, Texas, St. Louis, Kansas City, Minnesota. Some of those teams are going to get offered sweeteners. Please, no Angel Martinez all year. They're going to get offered sweeteners, and what I'm saying about that is this. All right, whoever when you fly here, number one, the team will not have to pay for this, or this. Players, taxi rides, none of that stuff's going to cost anything. Food, it's going to be a league type thing. That okay, it's not even going to be a team thing. It's going to be a league pushed. So the players, where they already get a set, get a money, more money is when they travel. They always give them some type of money right there when they travel. They're going to get pushed more money their way. So most of the time, Texas teams are West. You are correct there. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. The way I understand it is this: those teams in the Central, whoever had the worst record, they're going to have first say as to yes, no. We will take West or we'll take East, and then the team work their way up. That's what I'm hearing. So we'll see what happens. But I got a feeling they're not going to have any problem getting teams to go play out West. I mean, look. I mean, the pitching out West is just not. I mean, other than the Dodgers, I mean, look at all the pitching there in the East Coast. You got the Yankees, you got the Nats, you got the Braves. Yeah, and nobody's going to want to have to stay on the East Coast, and you're going to have to play them multiple times. So if let's say you're a Kansas City Royals, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go to DC more than one time in the season, not just once. You're going to have to make a couple trips to DC, couple trips to Boston, couple trips to New York Yankees, and then come October 1st to October 15th, they are going to fly south for the winter, and that's the way I understand it. They're going to go down and start playing down in Florida at their spring training facilities. But they want to play in their home stadiums for a lot of reasons. Like I say, TV coverage is number one. That is the number one reason, that they can be right there at home. Each TV station, whatever, can cover them just like that. But we'll see what happens. It should be real interesting. From what I read here, I'm going to say it's going to get passed with some provisions. The 30-man roster, the teams will love that. Teams will love that. The Players Association wanted it for the longest time because they want as many players up there as possible making big league bucks. So, yeah, Kansas City, Minnesota, all those teams are going to want to go out west if they can. July 1st start date, every other Monday off. The Sunday prior, doubleheader, 2 7-inning doubleheaders, 2 7-inning games. 135 game schedule ends on November 15th. Then this is where I think you're going to have your problems. They're wanting the Players Association wants 10 teams with double elimination until you get to the final 2 teams and then play a World Series best of 7. I think they're going to come into a problem there. I don't think they're going to want to play double elimination. I don't think the league wants that. I think they're going to want a best of 5, and even if it's less teams. But they want a 10-team. They can do that. They can do that too. But the only problem, Derek, with that is when they start moving them down south, you see a team. Well, number one, Toronto, we still don't know about them yet. They're going to cross the border. And if you do accept a West Coast, let's say you do, and you're an East Coast team in spring training, you're going to have to take a West Coast facility. So let's say the Cubs say that we want to stay East. Let's say I don't know. Let's say Kansas City. Are they a Florida team? Let's just say they are. They may have to take a Cubs facility to play their home games. So down in Arizona. So no blackout games. No blackout games the entire season. So that means if you get the MLB package, however much it costs, Kansas City is an Arizona team. Most of the Central is Arizona, but some of those are going to have to accept Florida routes now. They're going to have to take a Florida. They would have to go down to Florida to play the last pretty much month and a half of the season, month and a half. Yeah, I knew the Cubs were. Well, they're not going to have any fans anyway, Demos. None of these places are letting any fans come in. No fans are allowed the whole season. The only reason they're playing in their home stadiums is for television purposes. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Television purposes. You can tell when you see PNC Park in Pittsburgh. You can tell when you see Yankee Stadium. You can tell when you see Fenway Park. You can tell when you see Wrigley. That's the only reason. They're not going to have fans. No fans all season long. And then at the LA mayor and health director, Ms. Skeletor, won't allow fans. No fans allowed. None of the stadiums. Then the Players Association wants an all-star game. After the playoffs, before the World Series, 2 days off for the 2 World Series teams, all-star game, and a home run derby. They want the home run derby to be the best ever. How do you do that? You do this way. You go to the players with the most home runs on the season. Go straight to the top. Offer them. The way I understand it is this. The league is pushing for this. The top 8 players. All-Star game was supposed to be in LA anyway. Really? I think they'll have a bid on that probably. Whatever city might want to get it just for their home spring training. Or it could be the team with the worst record. Could be. I don't know. I don't know how they'll do it. But check this out. They had a game with no fans, White Sox and Orioles after riots. Yeah, that's been a few years ago. They will go to the player not playing in the World Series. Okay, they'll go to the top player with home runs. Let's just say the kid from the Mets, Alonso. They'll go to Pete Alonso and say, Pete, do you want to be in the home run derby? What we're going to do is this. We're going to take we're just going to run down the list, okay? The winner of the home run derby will get 20% profits. Now, 20% is this. Let's say he's making $8 million this year. 20% of that will be put on the docket. Now, let's say another player makes $40 million, okay? They'll take 20% of that $40 million and they'll add it up, and the league is going to pay that amount. But they're trying to make it where it's not a home run derby of, Mookie Wilsons and Wally Backmans and stuff like that. They're trying to get it back legit. And a car is not doing it. Obviously, a car is not doing it. So if it takes green, serious green, and I'm saying the winner may win as much as $10 million. Do it. Do it. The sport needs it. And that's been discussed. So, and that would be put up by the league. That would be put up by the league. And trust me, you got the top players out there. Bryce Harper, Nolan Arenado. You get those top 10 players out there, and they know that if they win, they're going to get some serious coin. You damn right. They'll get out there and do it. They'll get out there and they'll try. They won't play no crap. So we'll see what happens there. And then the final thing that the players want, I disagree with this one totally. They want to push back a start date for next year to May 1st. Too far back. Cut it back to April 15th. I think they'll be all right. Yeah. But we'll see. I would like to see them pay the all-star participant that wins. Nobody else makes money. Now, that's what they're saying. First place will end up getting this. But they need to make it clear how they do it. How they're going to do it. Whether they're going to pay them or pay them not. But if only one gets paid, there's seven of them that tried their asses off and didn't. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that as long as you get 8 efforts out there. That's my main thing. So we'll see what happens here. I support it. Of all the stuff that was put forth in front of the ownership group, I support about 85% of it. Starting May 1st next year, they don't need to do that. They need not have so many rainouts in April anyway. Well, I still think they could start April 15th. That's 15 days sooner. Cut out a lot of this spring training garbage. Spring training does not need to last a month and a half. That's 45 wasted days right there. Spring training could go 30 days, 28 days, 26. Fine. Start them up March 1st. Do what you got to do. Play 20 games. Start the season. You don't have to play 40 or 35 spring training games. You don't have to play that many. You really don't. Split squads. If you want to split them up, that's fine. That's up to you. But that's just the way I feel about that. There's so many ways, as they say, to skin the cat, that they can find a way around most of that stuff legally too. So, but if we knew they were going to come back with baseball by July 1st, they would be showing spring training games live on ESPN and MLB Network and all, just to try to promote the sport. I don't know how much MLB package is going to cost this year. Chances are they're going to cut the rate back. It was $149 last year. That's what it cost last year. If you got it at your house, you got to watch every team play every game. $149, and being that it's they're promoting a 135 game season, I don't think it'll be over 119, but it may even be less than $100. They need to get it back in the good graces of everybody there. So we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, that's why the players are sending out some memos to the damn ownership. That never happens. Most always you got 30 owners, 32 owners getting in a room or getting on a conference call and saying, yeah, write that up. Yeah, write that up. Now send it to all 800 players. That's what usually happens. This is better. The players have already okayed this. The players have said yes. So all it takes is 22, 21 owners to okay it. 2/3, I think. It may be 23. Something like that. And this gets okayed. And I don't see it not getting okayed. Every American League manager out there is fine with them playing with the DH. That's half the teams. And you can better believe a lot of teams are fine with them not playing with the DH. So that won't be I don't think that's going to be a major issue. 30-man rosters, I'm sure management does not want to be paying 30 players, but it makes it a lot easier for the manager to know that he's got 13 guys in the bullpen, 12, whatever. You can have yourself a hell of a bullpen. Or 14 pitchers rather, not just bullpen guys. But you can be carrying a lot of pitchers. Call downs and call ups. That's going to be the one little stickling point right there. Running out of options. I know the ownership group says they didn't want the options to count this year. I don't know how that'll work. No minor leagues, though. I guess they will have AAA players playing in spring training state. I don't know how they're going to work yet. I think they'll stay in their camps. So any of the AAA players of Philadelphia will stay in Philly and work out all the time.
Do you want to go see your mom, or do you care if I go?
You can go.
Go down.
You go down if you want to.
All right. I'll be back in a second.
All right. All right. you didn't catch my shirt, Virginia, where the South begins. How about that? I live right there. Should put a big old dot right there. So that's where the hell I'm at, right there. Pretty close to that. That's me. So, yeah, call ups and stuff. I don't know exactly. They really didn't get involved in that. And how many options you got on play. A lot of players run out of options. Then you start having problems. I live right in the middle. You live right there. You live right there, smack dab. Right the hill. Yeah. So, yeah, they. I don't know what they're going to do about options. I really don't. But if that's the biggest obstacle they've got, don't count options this year. Let the players play, and then next year, let them become any team that runs out of options during this year. If they option, at the end of the year, let the player become free agent, but not during the middle of the season. Don't mess the player up. We do not need, August 18th free agents running here and running there and all this type of stuff. Trades is fine, but we don't need to have them optioned out. Not in a short season. Let them play. And plus, they got more roster space now for them too, so that helps. So, I definitely think they'll go with more than 26. It'd been rumored 29 player rosters, 30 player. I think is fine. They have to pay a little bit more to the players, but hey, they should be able to get it back on a TV contract deal. So let's see what ends up happening there. I'm gonna get this boxing going again. If you guys caught half of it earlier, I got stopped right in the middle of my game, and some stuff happened, and I had to take off. But I'm gonna get the boxing going again. Holyfield and Bo, and start the 11th round in just a few minutes. They both are out of energy now. Starting the 11th. So been one knockdown so far. Holyfield got clobbered, got knocked down for a 9 count, but he made it back to his feet and no knockout. But Riddick Bowe card is a real good card. I'm staying in contact with Anthony about that, letting him know that the two I played last night, that was a knockdown fight. We may have a rematch of that tonight. That's how good a fight it was. So I'm hoping that some of you folks will catch me for some more of that. It's Glory Days Boxing. Yeah. Any questions you have during it, you can throw it at me, and if I catch it, I will answer it for you. If I don't catch it right there, and I read live chat a lot of times after I finish a video, I'll turn my volume down, and I'll just read live chat while I'm preparing for another game, and I'll look up and read the live chat and be like, okay, I wonder if somebody answered that. And if they didn't, I'll send a message to somebody, say, yeah, this, no, yes, well, no or yes, or whatever it is. So, rainy Monday, man. I mean, Tuesday. Where did I get Monday from? Rainy Tuesday. And it's just a blah day. That's all it is. Blah. So was wanting to grill, and I want my dad home. So many things I want, but I want him to get better first. And I think my mom decided to keep him over there. I think he was Randy Monday, huh? Yeah. What's up, Sports Time Machine? What's going on, Mike? Yeah, he called, or she called today, and he said he wasn't happy at all. They getting him up and running him around. He don't like it. He don't like that. I'm sure he's in pain, but they got to do something. And we, you know, if we brought him home, he would hate us then. So I feel for the nurses and the aides and everybody over there working with him. I really do. But if they're able to get him walking again, I'm going to definitely try to make it worth their while in the long run. We went over to the hospital over the weekend and took the nurses that treated him. He was over there 4 days, 4 or 5 days, and we took them pizzas up over the weekend. So just finished payoff pitch and good to start. Oh, okay. What season? 85, 84, 86. I'm gonna say 85, but it could be later than that though. He played on 84. Okay, he was good. I knew my dad wasn't happy though once they started trying to make him get up, put some weight on that leg. He's like, you know, like an animal or a cat or a dog, anybody. If you force somebody to do something, they don't like that. Rookie year starts. Okay. He played pretty well that year too, though, didn't he? I believe so. And then 2 years later, he won the World Series. So I'll call over and check, see how he's doing now that the wife's gone, and she's going to see about Mom, see how she's doing. So I just want to, you know, I may even wait. Brian, nice video. I have not seen the video today, so thank you, Oli Nimela, Oli Nimela. Oli's been on our channel now. He's been coming for a while. Thank you very much. One of the newer members of the channel, and very, very, very cool. We get up to 200, we're going to do something. I don't know what we're going to do. We got a ton of shit over here. Some of the stuff I don't play. I got a ton of stuff. That it was a 5, 6 play games. History maker stuff, along with some soccer right there. All those dice. Damn, look at all those dice. Along with all that payoff pitch 2019 National and American League. And my dice tower down there. What the hell's that? I don't know. Wrestling. To a couple of wrestling games. Then I got all sorts of stuff in there. So you can join my racing leagues. You certainly can, sir. You certainly can. I'm actually going to be folding out of the racing league after season 3 myself. Probably handing it off to somebody else, probably in better hands than myself. So yes, you certainly can. Leave me, Ollie, how you go about it like this. Any one of my videos, right? Go down below it and just leave me a message. And just say, hello, how do I go about it? I will contact you, and I will give you, it's pretty much like a little form, something like a form to fill out, but all it is questionnaire. You fill it out, and it's you know, it's painless. It's nothing to it. You decide what number you want, and we'll put you on a team. So you won't necessarily get the color car you want, but you can get whatever number you want. And if you want your name on it, 0, nothing, costs 0, absolutely free. No, nothing, costs nothing. Nope, 0. You don't have to pay a thing. And if we had enough people, we'd do an east and west of that. I would definitely do it. I would take the East Coast and have some fun with it, and then let Philip or somebody run with the West Coast and do that. I would have no problem there. Hey Rob, what did you learn? Oh, well, we learned. Let's run through the whole thing again, okay, guys? I'm gonna try to make it a 5-minute thing here, okay? This is what I learned. 3 o'clock today, Eastern time. It got put on every ownership's desk in the league. Now, before you grimace, you won't believe whose desk this came off of, but it was Scott Boras. It came out of his offices along with about 7 or 8 of the player association, including Bryce Harper, Nolan Arenado, and some players that are not even Scott Boras clients. They came up with this to try to get this league going. So this is what's happening. Number one thing, East West. They want to cut the United States in half. No east to west travel. No New York to LA. No San Diego to Miami. No Atlanta to Seattle. That will not happen this year. They want to cut the United States in half. The furthest you'll fly is 1 or 2 time zones. Now, obviously, the west side doesn't have as many teams as the east side. They're going to get a sweetener there. The way I understand it, they're going to offer the teams with the worst record in the central time zone the opportunity to go out west first. If they accept, they will give them more money per player, per capita, and it's not going to be prorated on their what they make. Each player will make it the same amount extra, going from the central time zone out to the west. July 1st start date till November 15th. That sounds like a lot. 135 games. Every other Monday off, the Monday they get off, the Sunday before that, they'll play 2 7-inning games, doubleheader. Will they just make an exception for the World Series? No, the World Series will still get played. 30-man roster throughout, being that it's going to be league mix. So, like Mets and Yankees will be playing each other a lot. Mets and Phillies will be playing a lot. The Yankees and Phillies, Yankees and Nats. League-wide DH. League-wide DH. There won't be nice weather. Well, no. Oli, we got that worked out too, though. We got that worked out too. October 1st, just like the birds, they're going to fly south for the winter. October 1 to October 15th, somewhere along in there, they're flying south. What do we mean by that? Phillies will go back down to their spring training facility. And if you're on the East Coast, okay, let's say the Cubs, for instance, are playing in the East. They will play in another team's facility or a college facility until the November 15th end of season. Okay, all right. A couple of good sweeteners in here for players. Okay, I mean for the team, for the fans. So don't hold off yet if you're like, oh shit, DH. Okay, that's the worst thing. It's better things coming up. 10-team playoff. Best 10 records. Doesn't matter if 5 of them come. 3 come from the East, 7 come from the West. It doesn't matter. Top 10 teams play in a playoff. Double elimination like the College World Series. I don't think that gets passed. It could until 2 teams are remaining. Doesn't matter what 2 teams they are. 7-game World Series. That could happen, may not happen. We'll see about that. Twinkies can come to the Big A this fall. Yeah. Okay. After the playoffs, before the World Series, 2 days off. Home Run Derby and an All-Star game. Home Run Derby, make it like no other. You only offer the players that are not playing in the World Series. The 2 teams are playing in the World Series. Those players cannot play in the All-Star game or the home run hitting contest. Home run hitting contest. Let's just say, for instance, Nolan Arenado is not in the World Series and he leads the league in home runs. He will be offered first. Nolan, would you like to be in the home run hitting contest? We're taking the top 8. But whoever accepts, right? They will add up their salaries and take 20% out of that to the winner. to the winner. So we could be talking about somebody winning $15 million to win the home run derby if the league gets away, if the Players Association gets what they want. That way, you don't have somebody like Mookie Wilson, Wally Backman. You don't have, you know, Brian McCann, whoever, in the home run hitting contest. You have legit home run hitters because there's legit money to win. That's what the thing it is. I would like to see the King of the Hill type playoffs just for the season because it's all messed up. Spring training would be starting within the next 10 days. Within the next 10 days, they'll get everything going. All right. So the home run derby, all okay. Sweetener of sweeteners. No blackout games all season long. No attendance. No play. There's nobody going to be in attendance. So the league is not allowed to black out a single game. We see the thing is you don't know. It could be Astros. It could be the Rangers. There's a lot of teams out there, Keith. Don't forget those two teams. There's, some of those will need to go, and they're going to give a choice. The way I understand it now, the way I'm understanding it, it's by record. They're coming up from the worst record and offering them to go out west. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You don't have to face the Yankees. You don't have to face the Nationals. You don't have to face the Red Sox. Red Sox in a down year, yes, but you don't have to face the Braves. You got to face the Dodgers, yes, but that's a hell of a difference. Well, the fact is they don't go by divisions at all, Keith. They're not going by divisions at all. No. No TV blackouts. No TV blackouts at all. Now, what does that allow? What does that allow for the teams? All right. Number one, there's not going to be anybody seated or nobody sitting in the stands. Stands will be empty. So, once they get a schedule, you take a schedule. Now more than ever, they need people that can sell something. Take it to your ABC affiliate. Take it to your CBS affiliate. Take it to your NBC affiliate. All right. Would you like to have this game? If you would, get back to us. We'll let you pay whatever amount, and you'll cover that game. Now, that does not stop. That will not stop if you get the MLB package. Let's say I live here in Virginia. I want to watch every Philly game. The MLB package will still be out there. But the home city, if they want to cover every home game all the way across the board for free for it won't be free. It'll cost something for the TV stations, but they can do it even with ESPN covering it. And Derek, I don't know if they're going to even it out or how they're going to work it. I do not know. I do not know how they want to do it. All they said was East, West. No American, no national. And pushback. This is one I don't agree with. This is one I totally do not agree in. Correct. No fans at none of the games this year. None. Push back the 2021 schedule to May 1st. Yeah, they can do something like that. Or 60, whichever, yeah. Push back the schedule to May 1st starting next year. I don't like that at all. I say start next season April 15th. But don't start that damn February 15th spring training. March 1 you start spring training, and then start the first game April 15th. Play 162. You can still do the season the same way, except next year, play doubleheaders on Sunday with crowds. And if you want to make it 2 nines, you can make it 2 nines. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I really thought we were looking at 105 games. The players, I am so surprised they're going to be willing to play a doubleheader every other weekend on Sundays now. And they do not have to be split. They don't have to be a split doubleheader. They can play one and play one 20 minutes later. That's what I love, because they don't have to empty the fans out. Now, next year, they will have to empty the fans out to do that. So they'll have to play a lot of noon games on Sunday and then a 7 o'clock. Yeah, the split time doubleheaders. But this year, they don't. There's going to be some things without fans being there. A star player could sit for game 2, then get a day off. Yeah, it's all sorts of ways they can do it. Yep. But they've got incentive. They've got incentive things. No fans will be creepy off. Yeah, it will be. But I'll tell you this. Like somebody told me last night, the team that's really getting a break out of this shit's Houston. Look at Houston. All the rules they broke, and they're getting, yeah. But this is 2 7-inning games. This year, 2 7-inning games on Sunday. 2 7-inning games. That's what they're proposing. Yeah. But not split. They want them, if they start a game at 11 a.m., they want them to be done by 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah. Houston's getting lucky. So they don't have extra innings. No restriction on extra inning games. They will play extra inning games. Yes, they will play the extra inning games. I'm telling you, man, I thought when I heard the word Scott Boras, I thought, oh, hell, they're going to want this and they'll want that, want this and that. They're really not asking for a hell of a lot here. They really aren't. And if they're given, especially if they get in touch with the league and they're like, okay, let the TV contract, let the ownership group do what they want to, you can better believe if you live in Philadelphia, you turn on NBC 10, you're probably going to see them 3 nights a week on your TV. A draw should be introduced in baseball. 7 innings, a lot of people not going to like a 7-inning situation. The league may not. If the league don't have to go along with it, they can make it 2 9 innings. But hell, of all the stuff in there, that's probably other than pushing next season back to May 1st. I really don't like yet. But of all that list right there, hell, I tell you, man, it could be a lot worse. Let's say it that way. It could be a lot worse. You see, that's the thing. And the thing is, each game can be so. Okay, they know Kershaw's starting. They can make them bid on it, but they still have to show it. I'd be very surprised if a DH doesn't become permanently universal. After this, I'm with you, Keith. I think next year it probably will. I feel like there would be a lot of no-hitters and mess up the record books. I'm going to tell you right now, and I've said it all along, guys. I don't know who agrees with me, who doesn't agree with me. 135 games crushed up like this. This could be a hitter's paradise. It could be a hitter's paradise. If you're a hot hitter, you don't want a day off. And only having 2 days off a month, I'm telling you, we could see. I'm going to tell you right now, I think we could see some guys out there hit 45 home runs with a short schedule. Yeah, you're right, G-Puck. I think it's going to pass anyway. A lot of teams are okay with it already. And then this year, each time your pitcher's done in the hot weather, they can go back in the back and sit down and cool off a little bit. Because don't forget, they're going to be playing, October and November, they're going to be down in Florida playing or Arizona. So And then the thing is, the call-ups. That's what's going to be that's going to be, but that's not even mentioned in there. Good hitting pitchers can pinch hit if need. Oh, yeah. They can run bases. Yeah. But the thing is, how many managers could lose their job putting somebody in there could hit, and then all of a sudden they get hit? There's a big risk. Big risk, small reward, putting a pitcher in there to hit. Because, yeah, they could get a hit, but they could also get hit. Yeah. They may try that rule of starting with a runner on second for extra inning games on doubleheader. I don't think so, Keith. I don't think they want to do that at all. No, I don't think they want to do that. What happens with minor league baseball? Minor league baseball, I have heard talk that some minor league teams may still get to play this year. If they play this year with Universal, that process of pitching, hitting, pitcher hitting good, will get rid of pitchers hitting in motion. I think that as much as they're paying these pitchers $25-30 million, they're not paying them to hit a ball. It's most of them, if they never hit a ball, let's say for instance, Garrett Cole, right? I don't think the way he holds a bat in his hand played one penny into what the Yankees paid him. Not a bit. And under regular circumstances, he would have had to bat some this year, at the NL Parks. But it looks like that's going to be a non-factor. There's some pitchers in the National League that hate to hit. Now, you've got some good points and bad points on this situation. I do know this will be the worst season period. I do know that the Players Association is not up with this deal about fights. They feel like the ownership groups think it's going to be more fights out there. The reason I say that, you've had a lot of players running their mouths over the season. Okay, I'm going to do this, whatever. And they've gotten it back to some pitchers that I'm going to do this or that. And then let's say they plug them one time and hit them. Well, they've already warned them. If they come out of the dugout, they better just, they better stay put because of the virus deal. Fights and shit, that will be the one thing that they're going to have to really, really crack down on. And I don't know how they're going to stop it. That's the one thing that could put a monkey wrench in all this shit. That if they get in a fight, they got to play the next game and all this. A failure projection, says Master. Could be, man. Could be. First time we've ever seen this. I'm like this. I'm optimistic to a point. I'm not overly optimistic, but I'll tell you what. After reading that proposal, I feel better than I did before that. I thought it could be a cluster F. I really did. I thought they were going to try to, 2 doubleheaders in a week, and I don't know. I just really thought they were going to try and do some crappy stuff, and the built-in day off on Mondays. Hell, and thank the good Lord that the players are saying Monday. They could have said Sunday. Hell, we ain't going to have no players there, but they want to do it for TV contracts Sunday. So, hey, great deal by the players that they're not going to have any weekend days off all year. Trying to be open-minded, but the owner's plan is not good. Yeah, this plan's better. This plan's better than the owner's plan. Yeah. Is that the only sport talking about a return plan? Well, NASCAR, as you know, tomorrow evening, they're supposed to race again. Second time at Darlington. They raced Darlington Sunday. They're going to race Darlington again tomorrow evening. They'll be racing at Charlotte at the Coke 600 Sunday. Between Sunday and next Wednesday, they're going to make Charlotte back into the road course and race the road course next Wednesday. Then they're gonna be racing twice a week until further notice. And three racetracks lost dates: Sonoma road course, Chicago, and Richmond all lost their one date. No, both NBA and hockey got early discussions. Well, NBA is the hardest. That's the biggest contact sport of all of them. Let's be for real about it. I mean, every time down the floor, they just run over each other now. That's just what they do. If you can't shoot a ball, they just start running through the middle of them, and they either call a charge or a block. And I mean, it's a lot of injuries in the NBA. It's a lot of hitting and stuff. They got to be bulky. Possible just playoffs in the NBA and hockey. Hockey. They have got. I was thinking they had something in their CBA saying they had to play a certain amount of games in order to play the playoffs. I'm not sure. NBA, I'm not sure about at all. I do not know. Golf, June 11th. June 11th is the return date for PGA Tour. MLS season totally canceled this year. Probably smart. They get cut a lot, bleeding a lot, stuff like that. Probably a pretty smart thing to do there. Evander Holyfield came out today, Yahoo Sports, and told Yahoo Sports he wanted to fight Mike Tyson. He did not say whether he wanted to fight him in an 8-round bout, a 5-round bout, a 10-round bout, a 12-round bout, a 15-round bout. He didn't say if he wanted to do it as a, opening to some type of show or anything. He just said he wanted to get together with Mike Tyson and have a fight. Clippers and Lakers are back at practice. Oh, are they? Okay, I did not know that. Baseball got hit the worst out of major sports teams because of the timing of Corona. I don't know, G-Puck. I think probably NBA and hockey did. Hell, they were ready to almost get going their playoffs. So I think it hurts them worse. Baseball's got enough time to plan ahead because they get such a long damn season. Hockey and shit, they've been done in June, early June. Second week in June, they've been done. So with the NBA, they could still do something. I don't think they will. I think both of them will probably call it quits for the year, but it's money involved, so who the hell knows? But I think hockey, soccer, and basketball got hit the worst. Golf, if you're a golf fan, they're working things around. They're still going to play the U.S. Open this year. They're going to play. They're going to play the Masters in November. That should be damn interesting to see that. The Masters getting played in November. I think he said a week or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, which should be really funny to watch. But it's so different that it's going to draw one hell of a crowd to watch it. You always used to see the flowers. You always used to see everything green. All right. Fall of the year, damn greens are going to, I don't even care if you are talking about Florida. Talking about Georgia. You're going to see a frost or two of them come. You can see faster greens. Go back, 30 years when they used to play on the greens that were like, tabletops. It may make it good. It may make it a better tournament. We'll see. I don't think it'll be permanent just due to the fact they always used to the beauty and all that stuff. But lack of rain and stuff in November could be just what the doctor ordered to save the PGA season. But they can salvage their seasons. Baseball might not play. Baseball's going to play, man. Baseball's going to play. July 1st, they'll be on the field. You wait and see. kind of off topic. Could you do a one-team replay along with the MLB this year? I don't have a 2020 season right now of payoff pitch. I wish I did. What have the leagues done with or for the season ticket holders? Well, I got my money back on some. I don't know if they got PSLs and shit. That's big time. That's big time money's there that they're probably going to end up losing some of their PSLs. I had tickets to a couple of games, and I contacted the stadium that I was going to. It was not Philadelphia either, and they sent me my money right back. We've already passed the date that it was going to be. It was going to be early May, and I was going to go see the Pirates and Phillies up in Pittsburgh. And a bunch of us in the chat were talking about it, and we kind of were mixing around with it. We couldn't decide whether we wanted to go or not. And I told my wife, I said, I'm going. And she said, well, take some friends. I said, well, I'll either take a friend or take you one. So I had 2 tickets for a Friday game and 2 tickets for a Saturday game. 100% refund. 100% refund. Oli, I'll do this. I've been thinking about it anyway. I think maybe I'll do this. Could they offer them to be already paid for next season? Well, that's what they were willing to do with me. But obviously, you don't play the same team at home the same game dates next year. So there are problems there. You can still have a seat as long as it's not licensed off. A lot of teams don't have PSLs. If they are, they're season ticket holders and stuff like that. That's going to end up being a damn wishy-washy situation. My dad came so close to buying Twins tickets for my birthday. About 2 days later, they suspended the season. Wow. But yeah, they gave me 100% of my money back. I couldn't have been any happier about that. And we plan to go next year. And they even offered, would you like to have it for next season? But we don't know. I mean, the Phillies may not come. They may go to Pittsburgh week of July 4th. I don't want to go to a game July 4th week. I don't want to go that week because it's too damn busy and all. Later in the season may be great, but then again, if the Phillies are out of it, you don't want to go then either. May 4th or May 8th and 9th, I think it was. Friday and a Saturday anyway. I don't have a calendar right here on me, but I think it was May 8th and 9th was my tickets. They would still been in the hunt right then, a month into the season, so not a big deal there. Oli, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that seriously, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch off a 2019 and a 2020. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to do it like this. I am going to play. I'm going to play payoff pitch baseball. Every game the Phillies play this year, I'm going to play a payoff pitch baseball game. Okay. I'm going to have the Phillies pitch in a rotation. I'm going to have a 5 or 6 man rotation. I'm going to have them pitching in a rotation from game 1 all the way to 135. Now, how are we going to go about teams that are not having the same pitcher as they did last year? Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have everyone that matches. Let's say, for instance, Jacob deGrom. He's still with the same team. We'll let him pitch. We'll go as close to the same lineups as possible. If their catcher is a different catcher or their second baseman's a different second baseman, we'll go with that. But we're going to go as close as we can, payoff pitch, and we're going to go with that. And maybe play it the same day if possible. That would be awesome. And maybe a day or two here or there before that. But if we see when the thing comes out, like I say, payoff pitch, I would rather play that 135 games than I had History Maker. That's just me. And I think, I think more people like to watch it, but that's just me. But I've got the 2020 season for History Maker. I've got that over there. Sure do. And that's the teams that they're coming out with this year, you know. But it's not very, you know, it's not many bench players and stuff. So and even if they play on a Sunday, I'll play with if they do go with 7-inning rules, play 2 games, 7-inning rules. So I may try that. We'll see. Obviously, they're going to have some players that they don't have this year. Didi Gregorius, I would not play him for the Yankees anymore, but I'm not going to play him for the Phillies. So we will bench players that if they got traded, we'll do that. We'll bench them, but you know, we'll try to keep it as close as we can to the real thing, as close as possible. I know some people will be upset. Well, damn, he didn't play. He don't play for the Phillies anymore. He don't play for the Red Sox anymore. He don't play. We're gonna go as close as we can with it and make it a payoff pitch deal. If payoff pitch would have came out with a 2020 already, I would have already gotten it and been ready for it. Yeah. So we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to do it on a daily basis. If they're going to play a night game, I'm going to try to be over with before the night game. Do the 2009 Phils to get that repeat championship. That was 2008. That was 2008. 2009 was not a good season. That was not a good season. We lost to the Yankees that year. That was 08. We won the championship. 09, we beat the Rays. 08. 09. Trust me, ask another Phillies fan. We know what year it was. 2008. Yeah, 09 we lost to the Yankees, what, 4-2? 4 games to 2. Or it might have been 4 games to 3. I think we lost in 6, though. Yeah, I think we did. But in 09, didn't we? I think we swept at Rays. We didn't go over 4 games, 5 games maybe, but I think we swept them. But yeah, it was 08 Phillies. That was a pretty stacked team. But I don't have that team. It would be awesome, right? That would be awesome. Correct the record, right? But correct the record and win this. Oh, okay. I don't have that team though. I don't have that team. The only season I've got in payoff pitch is 2019. That's the only season I got. If I had that season, I would do it in a heartbeat. The only thing is, I would have to probably go by that season and just pick out 135 games. 5 games, I think, against the Rays. 1 game was suspended for 1 game. Was it 5 games? I thought they swept them and one of them got rained out or something. Let's see. 2009 World Series. Oh, no. 2008 World Series. Here we go. 2008 World Series. No, Oli, I do not. I play as I feel like it most of the time. 4 games to 1, you're right. You're right, Keith. Most of the time, I try to let people know ahead of time. Like right now, for instance, 5-11. Tonight, I'm going to finish my boxing match. I'm going to do that. And then I may even get a lightweight bout going. So I'm gonna do that today, and then tomorrow, it's gonna be raining all day tomorrow. I will not be outside. All right, let me go. I'll go ahead and give you guys. Ooh. How about race 14 tomorrow? Oh! I got points. I got points here. Whoa! Woo! 85 and 50. Oh my God. How about 35 over 500? Woo, Hoss. Oh man, you ain't asking for a lot, are you? Damn. 85 wins. Whoa, Hoss. Oh, Don't buck me now. Boy, oh boy. Dude, 85 and 50 ain't a good team. 85, if you're playing 85, anybody. Yeah, but you can't play the Orioles and Tigers 48 games. I'm sorry. Dude, man, come back to me on that one. If they win 85 games, I'm like, hell yeah, you know. Woo, that is optimistic. I don't even think the Dodgers are going to win 85 games. That's a lot, dude. That is a lot. Okay, after 10 races. After 10 races. Yeah, that's more than 63%. That's more than 63%, ain't it? Look like to me it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was wrong. It looked like it's more than that even. Whew, man. It can happen, I guess, but I tell you what, you're going to have to have yourself one. Hell, starting pitchers is one thing. You're going to have to have some boys knocking the ball. All right, here we go. After 13 races, this is the team points. Total, this is the team points now. Okay, here we go. Team 5 leads with 647. Team 4, 642. Team 11, 622. Team 9, 607. Team 8, 575. Team 6, 565. Nope. Only just get down any one of my videos. Doesn't matter which video you see. Leave me a message and just say you want to join, and I will make your card up. You'll have to wait till the next but season 4 is when you'll start. Yes. So we just had team 6. I mean, yep, team 6, 565. Team 10, 542. Team 1, 535. Team 3, 520. Team 2, 516. And last place, Team 7, 505. Top 25 in points right now. Top 25 in points. I got them right here somewhere. So I wrote them down. Wrote them down. There we go. After 13 races. Yeah, Wheeler is a Philly. Wheeler's with the Phillies now. All right, here we go. 13 races. 25th place, Big Don, 274. 23rd place is a tie, Festus Gerber, Fast Eddie Chilton, 276. 22nd, P-Jet, 279. 21st, J.B. Gorman, 280. Top 20 now. 20th, David Demos, 286. Tie for 18th, D-Lons, Darla at 18th, 291. 17th, Hammer Time. Now, well, hold on. Those 18 from 25 to 18 cannot win the championship. They are officially out numbers-wise. They cannot win the championship. The top 17 numerically can still win the championship. But, 17th and 16th, 15th are going to have a hard time catching up, but they could. 17th, Hammer Time, 301. 16th, Iron Horse, 302. 15th, Philip Reynolds, 310. 14th, MP Fox, 318. 13th, D. Scott Howard, 319. 12th place, ID Jester, 321. 11th place, Paul Gobier, 329. All right, top 10. Tie for 9th, Glenn P. Tim Tribe Fan, 330. 8th, Phantomatic, 334. Yours truly, Rob, 341. 6th, Double D, 349. Now a top 5 in points. Alan Shaw, 367. Then we have a 3-way tie for 2nd. Bob B, Glenn B, Danny and Gray, 376. And leading the points right now, Candy, only 3 points ahead of those, all three of those guys, 379. Yeah, I'm just saying though, the Twins are not going to be playing. The Twins are not going to be playing the Central Division all year. I mean, I ain't trying to be mean. They're not going to be playing Detroit and Cleveland. Cleveland's a good team. Don't get me wrong, but they're not going to be playing the White Sox and just trade out the players in playoff pitch. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass though to have to go from one team to the other with everybody. Good God, man, that'd be a pain in the ass. I'm gonna do as close as I can. I just think the Twins winning 85 is a stretch, especially if they stay East Coast. Now have to play the Yankees and the Nats, Braves. I mean, that's some pitching, man. St. Louis could stay East. St. Louis got some good pitching. And Mets have decent pitching. Shit, man, I'll tell you what, 85, anybody wins 85 games deserves to be in the playoffs. But I don't know. The Twins could do it. I think the Dodgers could, just because they're playing out west. They're going to be playing a lot. They're going to be playing a lot of games, 10-9 games, I bet. What's up? What's popping? What's up, Sean? We just checked in about the points just now. We got the points update. So, they lost. Oh, Sean them lost their power. No way. Is it still out now, Sean? Is it still out? Yeah. Man, oh man. Wow. Man. Do you know if it's just locally, if it's a whole city, or what? I ought to call my dad and make sure they got power. He's not far from where you're at, Sean. I'll call. I'll find out if he's there or not, and see what kind of shape he's in. We're gonna do, like I say, we're gonna do the boxing match tonight. We're gonna finish that boxing match, and we're gonna see what's happening there. Should be pretty good. I hope you guys will keep watching my channel. We'll see if any more new baseball news comes out. If it does, I'll try to hit you with it as soon as I know about it. That most of that stuff got put on desk today, so we'll see what happens. It should be very, very interesting as to who's going to get where and go where and stuff like that. I think it's going to be good to watch, fun to watch. We'll see what happens. If the Marlins play the Orioles 10 times, how many do the Marlins win? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. 6. I don't know. I'm going to say 6. What do you say, Keith? 6 and 4, I'll say. One way or the other. One team wins 6, the other one wins 4. I don't think neither team dominates the other. I don't think they will. 5-5, maybe. 6 and 4. Not, I think 6 and 4 is the best either team gets. I like the Marlins maybe that little bit better, but neither team's to write home about. 5-5. What do you think, Keith? Keith's an Orioles fan, then. Don't forget. He says 6-4 more. Something like that. He could easily go 6-4, 6-4 with the Orioles. But I don't think it's 8-2 or nothing like. I don't think it would be. But they're not going to play each other that many times. Well, yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. You'll be playing. You'll make 2 trips, playing 3 games or something, except on weekends. Padres predictions. They got a better chance now than they did start of the day if they play out west. I'll say they make the playoffs. 75. Well, let's see. 75 and 31. No, 75 and 51. 61. 75 and 61. Let's say that. Are they still doing the MLB draft in June? Did you hear? I have not heard about that. 75 and 60. That's what I'll say. 15 above 500. Might not go. They may not get that good. It might be a stretch. 75 games is a whole lot to win when you're playing 135 games. But it all depends how teams got to come out the gate hot. They got to come out the gate hot, and they just don't have a choice. They got to, or they're going to be in some serious trouble. So no word of MLB draft. Sean D, not too many miles away from me, lost electric. So bear that in mind. If I lose electric, I am out right here. I cannot do what I'm doing right here. I would not have the cable possibilities to get in touch with you guys to do what I'm doing here. Otherwise, we're going to try to do a boxing match tonight, and we may even try to do 2. So you guys hang tight with me. Have a great evening. Thanks for checking out my channel. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. And stay, like I say, stay in touch with my channel. We will try to keep you informed as to what the heck's going on if we know what's going on. Yeah, man, you're welcome. We're trying to do what we can do here. Here we go. There's my boxing match here. We're going to try to finish Holyfield and Bo. I stopped that earlier today because I heard my father was disgruntled over at the nursing home. Did not find out all the implications, but I found out my mom kept him over there, so he must just be pissed about having to get up. And he's just been a grump. I hope that's all it is. I really do. I will be back here later on. Kind of keep an eye out for things, guys. Tonight will be the conclusion of the boxing match. I will clue you in as to what's going on up to that point. If we hear anything new, MLB or any other sport, I'll try to jot it down and inform you as soon as possible. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Wash your hands one more time, just like Sean said right there. Till I'll see you again, my name's Rob. Amsoil, the only oil I use in my tractors and lawnmowers. I would not put anything else in it. I would not put anything else in them. That's the only thing I put in it. Amsoil. They're not paying me yet, but I hope one damn day Amsoil, look there, pay me. AMSOIL. Come to me. I can sponsor. You can sponsor my channel any day of the week. I'll let you do it. Till I'll see you again. My name's Rob. Dinner time here. Rainy time here. Windy time here. Let's just hope we keep our electric here, though. Good luck for you, Sean. I hope you get your power back. Everybody else have a great evening and be safe. All right, guys. Bye-bye.